Y'all, breaking news has just sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. And trust me, darlings, you'll need to brace yourselves for this one. The unthinkable has happened to our beloved Yandy Smith, the unstoppable queen of love and hip-hop, and the details are more devastating than anyone could have imagined. Right now, she's fighting for her life in what we initially thought was a tragic accident. But let me tell you, this story goes deeper and darker than anyone could have predicted. Picture this scene, if you dare. A seemingly peaceful evening on Bedford Highway suddenly shattered by the horrifying screech of tires and the sickening crash of metal against concrete. Witnesses say the sound was so terrifying it sent chills down their spines. Emergency services arrived to find a scene that looked like something out of our worst nightmares. Yandy's car, mangled beyond recognition, and our strong, beautiful queen unconscious, with injuries so severe that even the most seasoned first responders were shaken. The doctor's reports paint a grim picture that has everyone holding their breath. Multiple fractures, severe head trauma, and a prognosis that has even the most optimistic medical professionals speaking in whispers. Critical condition doesn't even begin to cover the severity of what we're dealing with here, and the updates coming from the hospital only seem to get more devastating by the hour. But darlings, this is where our story takes an even more shocking turn. When Mendeecees, Yandy's husband, received that dreaded phone call, you know, the one that every spouse prays they'll never get, his world didn't just crumble, it exploded into a million pieces. Sources close to the family say he literally dropped to his knees when he heard the news, but what he didn't know then was that this was just the beginning of a nightmare that would expose secrets, lies, and betrayals that no one saw coming. Racing to the hospital like a man possessed, Mendeecees couldn't have known that he was walking into a powder keg of emotions that was about to blow sky high. The moment he stepped into that sterile hospital corridor, the temperature dropped so low you could practically see frost forming on the walls. And honey, I'm not just being dramatic here. The tension was thick enough to cut with a surgical scalpel. Enter Yandy's mother. And let me pause here to say that this woman gives new meaning to the phrase Mama Bear. She arrived at the hospital like a force of nature, her eyes blazing with years of pent-up fury that she'd been waiting to unleash on Mendeecees. The way she looked at him. If looks could kill, the hospital would have needed another bed in the ICU. Fighting for her life, and you're over there crying like it's your fault, she spat, her words dripping with so much venom they could have burned holes in the linoleum. But wait, there's more. Devin, Yandy's brother, jumped right into this family drama with all the subtlety of a hurricane, turning that hospital waiting room into ground zero for an emotional explosion that had been brewing for years. Don't think you're going to play the victim here, Devin snarled, his voice carrying enough rage to make everyone in the vicinity take a step back. She's been putting up with your nonsense for years and now this happens? The waiting room might as well have been a pressure cooker with the lid about to blow off. But hold on to your designer handbags, darlings, because this is where things take a turn that not even the most dramatic reality TV writer could have scripted. While social media was exploding with theories about the crash, each one more outrageous than the last, someone dropped a bombshell in Mendeecees' lap that would change everything. A mysterious message, appearing on his phone like a harbinger of doom, suggested that this accident was anything but random. Someone, and brace yourselves for this, someone close to Yandy had orchestrated this whole tragedy. The plot thickens like day-old gravy when Yandy's supposed best friend Tasha burst into the hospital looking like she'd seen a ghost. Her entrance could have been ripped straight from a primetime drama, face pale as death, hands shaking and carrying a secret that would blow this whole situation wide open. The tension in that room, you could have sliced it up and served it as an appetizer at a 5-star restaurant. But darlings, nothing could have prepared anyone for what came next. Yandy's mother, in a moment that felt like it was choreographed by the gods of drama themselves, dropped the kind of truth bomb that leaves permanent scars on the soul. Drawing Mendeecees aside, her voice barely above a whisper but sharp enough to cut diamonds, she revealed that Yandy had secrets. Dark, devastating secrets that could destroy everything they'd built. "You think you know everything about her?" she hissed, her words slicing through the air like a perfectly sharpened knife. "You think her life has been all rainbows and butterflies? That she hasn't made mistakes?" The weight of those words hung in the air like a guillotine waiting to drop on everyone's illusions about their perfect life. And drop it did, because what came next sent shockwaves through everyone within earshot. The mastermind behind this tragedy, Hold on to your seats because this revelation is bigger than anything we've seen in years of covering celebrity drama. None other than Tasha herself. Yes, you read that right. Yandy's ride or die, her supposed best friend, had been plotting her downfall all along. When Mendeecees confronted Tasha at her apartment, a scene that witnesses say was intense enough to make the neighbors consider calling the police, the truth finally spilled out like poison from a wound. Yes, she confessed, her voice trembling with a toxic mixture of guilt and something far darker. I never wanted it to go this far, but the jealousy, it consumed me. I couldn't stand watching Yandy have everything I ever wanted. The betrayal cut deeper than any physical wound ever could. Here was Tasha, the woman they had trusted with their deepest secrets, the friend who had been by their side through thick and thin, admitting to orchestrating this devastating attack on Yandy. The revelation sent Mendeecees reeling, his world spinning off its axis as he tried to process this ultimate betrayal from someone he had considered family. Sources close to the situation say that Tasha's confession wasn't just about jealousy, it revealed years of festering resentment, of watching from the sidelines as Yandy built her empire, achieved her dreams, and lived the life Tasha had always imagined for herself. The darkness in her heart had grown like a cancer, eating away at their friendship until it transformed into something toxic and deadly. But darlings, this story is far from over. As Yandy lies in that hospital bed, surrounded by the rhythmic beeping of machines that keep her tethered to life, the question on everyone's lips is, will she survive this unimaginable trauma? And if she does, what kind of world will she wake up to? Can her marriage to Mendeecees survive this devastating revelation? The family stands divided, with battle lines drawn in the sterile hospital corridors that have become their temporary home. The drama continues to unfold like a dark tapestry of betrayal, jealousy, and revenge. Each new development reveals another layer of complexity, another shocking twist in this tale of friendship turned toxic. As Yandy fights for her life, surrounded by the cold efficiency of medical technology, the people who claim to love her most continue their own battles in the waiting room, each carrying their own burden of guilt, suspicion, and fear. Inside sources tell us that the hospital staff has had to intervene multiple times as tensions between family members reached boiling point. Yandy's mother, still wielding her words like weapons, continues to heap blame on Mendeecees, while Devon orchestrates his own campaign of accusations and recriminations. The waiting room has become a battlefield where old grievances and fresh wounds collide in an explosive mixture of emotions. But here's the thing, my darlings. In this world of glitz and glamour, nothing is ever quite what it seems. Could there be more to Tasha's motivation than mere jealousy? What secrets was Yandy keeping that her mother hinted at so ominously? And most importantly, will our beloved queen survive to tell her side of the story? The aftermath of this tragedy has sent ripples through the entertainment industry, with celebrities and fans alike taking sides in this real-life drama that continues to unfold. Social media is ablaze with theories, accusations, and messages of support, but the truth remains as elusive as smoke in the wind, shifting and changing with each new revelation. As we wait for updates on Yandy's condition, one thing is crystal clear: nothing will ever be the same again. The foundations of trust have been shattered, relationships have been torn apart, and the truth has proven more devastating than anyone could have imagined. The question now isn't just whether Yandy will survive, but what kind of world she'll wake up to if she does. Will Yandy pull through this devastating ordeal? Can Mendeecees forgive himself for not seeing the signs that were apparently right in front of him? And what about Tasha? Will she face the consequences of her actions? Or is there more to this story than meets the eye? The next chapter in this shocking saga is still unwritten, but one thing's for certain: you won't want to miss a single moment of this unfolding drama. As the machines continue their rhythmic beeping in Yandy's hospital room, marking each precious moment of her fight for survival, the weight of uncertainty hangs heavy in the air. The future remains unclear, but the impact of this tragedy will ripple through their lives like waves in a storm, changing everything in its wake. What do you think, darlings? Was jealousy really the only driving force behind Tasha's betrayal? Could there be more lurking beneath the surface of this shocking story? And most importantly, can love, even a love as strong as Yandy and Mendeecees, survive such a devastating betrayal? The truth, as they say, is stranger than fiction, and in this case, it's also infinitely more heartbreaking. As we eagerly await updates on Yandy's condition, one question remains at the forefront of everyone's minds. What happens next in this real-life drama that has left us all on the edge of our seats? Stay tuned, my darlings, because this story is far from over. The next chapter promises to be even more shocking, more dramatic, and more revealing than anything we've seen so far. After all, in the world of celebrity drama, the truth has a way of coming out when you least expect it. And trust me, you won't want to miss a single moment of what's coming next. Keep watching this space for exclusive updates as this devastating story continues to unfold.